If a church wanted to start developing its young leaders, where would you tell them to start?
That is a great question, and I'm not prepared at all to answer that. Yes, I am. If I wanted to develop a student, we actually just came out with this new resource that basically answers that question at LeaderTreks. Where do I start in student leadership development? And we would say the starting line. It's a workbook for a student to go through, whether they go through it on their own, or you go through it with them, or you go through it with a small group of them all participating at the same time. And it's set up and based on 3 key principles. They say them on the back, but the principles are basically leadership design. All right, that's the first one. Leadership design is the whole idea that if I understand how God has wired me and gifted me, I'll be at a really good place for starting my leadership. So in creating every single person in the entire world, He's wired us with really specific, strengths and talents. Every person has that. But going even further than that, when you become a Christian, when you become a believer, the Holy Spirit comes upon you in power, and you receive special gifts. And those gifts are solely for the purpose of expanding and helping the kingdom grow. And so if you know both of these and how they both intersect with each other, how I'm wired and what my strengths are, as well as how I'm gifted and how that plays a role in my leadership, you're going to have a really good start. The second principle is this whole idea of balancing act. And it's this concept that is based on, leadership is both skills and character. And I need to have a balance of that. There's been so many people who have had great leadership skills and have gotten a lot done, but they had 0 character. I look at 2 presidents. Bill Clinton got so much done and had great leadership skills and could lead people in amazing ways and achieved a lot. Not a lot of character. But then on the other side, you have leaders who have a lot of character, but don't always get a lot done because they don't always have the most, the skills in their repertoire. You look at Jimmy Carter, a man of unbelievable character. Now he's the CEO or the face basically for Habitat for Humanity. Awesome guy. But when he was president, maybe the skills were kind of lacking. He didn't necessarily get a lot done. So this concept is the balance of both skills and character. And then the third principle that is included in the starting line is having an equal value for people and tasks. And we call it mission first, people always. All right, so there are many leaders out there who can get a ton done, and they will. They'll do a lot, but they leave people behind. And then there's a lot of leaders out there who are extremely relational, and they love people, and they get along great, and they build deep relationships. They don't move forward at all. They're just stagnant. So if you can have an equal value for tasks and relationships, you'll have a good start as well. So this book looks at all 3 of those principles in a workbook format, and you'll find in each section that it goes through a biblical case for it. You look at Moses, Nehemiah, tons of different verses throughout that make the case for all 3 of these principles. And then there's a ton of experiences throughout it as well. So assessments that a student can take to say, this is how I'm wired. These are my spiritual gifts. This is the way and the style in which I lead. All of these different truths about me, I now know. And it just helps a ton in that process. So that's where I'd personally start. I know it's kind of a product plug, but it's something that we got asked a lot. Where do I start? And this is basically the answer that we've come up with. So.